Veterinarians revive cat that nearly froze in Montana Chicago Tribune. Fluffy, covered in snow and ice after her owners found her in a snowbank in Kalispell, Mont. Veterinarians in Fluffy, covered in snow and ice after her owners found her in a snowbank in Kalispell, Mont. Veterinarians in Montana revived a cat named Fluffy that nearly froze to death after being found in a snowbank covered from head to tail in ice and snow. Dr. Jevin Clark of the Animal Clinic of Kalispell said Thursday that Fluffy was unresponsive and her body temperature didn't register on the clinic's thermometers when her owners brought her in a week earlier. Staff warmed the cat using towels, cage warmers, and intravenous fluids. Fluffy is normal. These crabby cats are survivors, Clark said. After Clark, Dr. China Coram and their staff picked the ice off Fluffy's coat and she started moving around, they sent her to an emergency clinic to help raise her body temperature. The cat was discharged. The clinic pictures of her recovery on its Facebook page. The post has since. The owners came home early last Thursday to find that Fluffy had been crusted onto a hard-packed snowbank, as though she'd been sitting in one spot for a long time while the blowing snow drifted up around her, Clark said. She's crouched down looking like she's hunting something or something's in the snowbank, Clark said. And then they realized Fluffy being treated at the clinic in Kalispell, Mont. Fluffy being treated at the clinic in Kalispell, Mont. It wasn't clear how long the cat had been there. The temperature that, Clark said. Fluffy is 3 years old and has always lived outdoors. She was living out. The owners don't want to be identified. Clark said they did. I suspect that something traumatic happened, Clark said. Either something fell. Clark said Fluffy's owners plan to try to keep her inside for now. Well, see, if millennials are called a lot of things, you lazy, attention-seeking, entitled, etc. But murderous, the internet, in all its glory, is home to countless articles about the age-old products, businesses, and traditions millennials have sent to the gallows. Canned tuna? Gone. We investigated some of the more prevalent claims to see which have merit and which don't. Midwestern kindness runs deep, but throughout the city's neighborhoods, it turns out some residents are more polite than others or simply complain less. Digital third coat. Veterinarians in Montana revived a cat named Fluffy that nearly froze to death after being found in a snowbank covered from head to tail in ice and snow. Dr. Jevin Clark of the Animal Clinic of Kalispell said Thursday that Fluffy was unresponsive and her body temperature didn't register on the. Statistically, the generation that coined the phrase adulting has put it off longer than previous generations see marriage, kids, home ownership. According to statistically, the generation that coined the phrase adulting has put it off longer than previous generations see marriage, kids, home ownership. According to wine and spirits seem to be the libations of choice for millennials, causing the beer industry to panic. In mid-20s, wine and spirits seem to be the libations of choice for millennials, causing the beer industry to panic. In mid-20s, there were 10,052 total complaints made to 311 between January 2018 and November 2018 for the 30 most densely populated neighborhoods. Uptown kicks off. There were 10,052 total complaints made to 311 between January 2018 and November 2018 for the 30 most densely populated neighborhoods. Uptown kicks off. This South Side neighborhood didn't fare well for neighbor-related 311 calls, but it did manage to have among the lowest number of AA. This South Side neighborhood didn't fare well for neighbor-related 311 calls, but it did manage to have among the lowest number of AA.
Raindrop, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. I get fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park, pot.